Chapter 5, Lesson 8a now. This is about the GCF, or the greatest common factor of monomials. Okay, and I think this is going to be somewhat of a review for you guys, but it really leads into what we're doing next, so I want to make sure that you know how to do it. But it should be pretty easy for most of you. So your learning target for today is I know how to find the greatest common factor of monomials. So first of all, I think it might be a little bit confusing for most of you. You don't really know what a monomial is. Okay, and a monomial is a number, a variable, or a product of a number in one or more variables. Okay, so what that looks like, if I were to write an example of a monomial, that would be like 3x, or it could also be 2xyz, or something like that, where it's they're all combined into just some multiplication. They're not divided by any addition sign or any subtraction sign or anything like that. They're just all in one product. You can solve it to get one number. So then, an example of a something that isn't a monomial is like 2 plus 3x. Okay, it has a number and it has variables, but they're being added together, and so it totally takes out what a monomial really is. Or you could also say like 3x minus 200, sure. Just like that. So those are not monomials. So monomials are not broken up by any addition or subtraction sign. That's pretty much what it is. So today, like I said, we are going to find the greatest common factor of these monomials. And so in order to factor a pair of monomials, we have to first write the prime factorization of each monomial we have. Okay, and this is prime factorization is a tool that we use in order to factor out any number. Okay. Then the second thing is we need to combine all of the common factors. The easiest way to do that is by circling them, so showing which ones are common, which ones are not. And then lastly, we want to simplify those common factors. Okay, and if we do a few examples, I think you'll get the hang of it really quick, if not just totally review for you. Alright, example 1 says that we need to find the GCF, remember that's the greatest common factor, of each pair of monomials. So we have 48x and 28x. 48x and then 28x. Okay, and so if we were to try to branch this out here, if we took 48 over here, and we know that it's 2 times 24 gives us 48, and we know that it's 2 times 12 gives us 24, and 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 3 gives us 6. So this one is pretty lengthy here, but we can now see all of the, wherever the tree branches are ending, those are prime numbers, right? So for 48x, our prime numbers are 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. And then we also have this x too, so we have to multiply by that x as well. Okay, now we need to branch out 28x, and I'm going to move the paper over just a little bit so we have some working space. We have 28x, so we're just going to prime factorize 28, and we know that 4 times 7 equals 28, right? Okay, 7 is a prime number, so we can't do that one anymore, and we know this is 2 times 2. So what we're left with is, for 28x, is 2 times 2 times 7 times x. Okay, and so this is how we find the greatest common factor of each of these monomials. We're going to circle the ones that are common here. 2 times 2, those are common. 7, there's no 7s up here, but there are 2 x's on both sides. Okay, so what we end up getting is 2 times 2 times x is the greatest common factor of each of the monomials. But remember, step 3 said, sorry, I'm way off here. Remember, step 3 said that we had to simplify the common factors, and 2 times 2 can be multiplied by each other, and so we end up getting 4x. So essentially what we're doing here is we're factoring out what can go into both 48 and 28, and 4x is the greatest common factor between both of these numbers here. We can take out 4 here, and we can take out 20. We can take 4 out of 48, and we can take 4 out of 28 as well. All right, example 2. Remember, we have 14 times AB, and we have 28AB. 28A. Okay, so first we need to branch out 14. So we're going to take 14 over here. And 14 is just 2 times 7. So that's factorize, or prime factorization right there. 2 times 7 times A times B. Can't go any further than that. And then we also have 28. And we've already done 28, haven't we? We already did 28 up here, so we know that's 2 times 2 times 7. So let's go back over here to 28A. We know that's going to be 2 times 7, and we also have an A. Okay, so now we need to, the second thing was we need to combine all the common factors by circling them. So we're going to circle, these ones are common here. There is no other 2's, but we do have this 7 over here. That makes us happy. And we do have the A's. But nothing else can be taken out of that. And so we're gonna take 2 times 7 times A. And we can simplify this by doing 2 times 7 is 14, and we're left with just A. So the prime factorization, or factor, the greatest common factor of each of those monomials is 14a. Okay, that's all we're doing today. I think that's somewhat of a review. But yeah, peace.